Okay, so Treyarch have just released a brand new video regarding Firebase Z. I believe that in this video we're going to be hearing a little bit from the devs, and I'm personally very excited for that. I imagine we'll be hearing from Corky Lemkel, and hopefully, if the gods bless us, if the elder gods spread their dark ether energy and bless us, hopefully we'll get to hear from Craig Houston as well. I have no idea who else we could be hearing from, so without further ado, let's jump straight into it. Oh, I'm so excited.
Firebase Z is the map that really lets us explore the character of Samantha Maxis to an extent that we never ever have before.
Oh.
D Machina was really introducing people to the Dark Ether storyline, which, you know, as I've said in the past, only exists because of everything that had gone before, but it now has a whole new trajectory, and Firebase Z is the one that really makes it explode.
What I love about Firebase Z is that it's set in Vietnam. In this all new experience, we've broken the map up into two locations. The Firebase, which is the facility where scientists and soldiers do experiments and mine the dark ether.
Jug.
And then we have the village, that's where the scientists sleep and do all their research.
Pack a punch?
My team's reached the village.
The way you play in D Machina might not necessarily translate over to Firebase Z. The low-end level design of Outpost 25 calls back a little bit to Moon in that you start in the village and then take a teleporter over to the outpost itself.
Okay.
Once you're at the outpost, there's a bit of a central area, a hub, if you will, that players can choose what path they want to go to. They can run around the outside of the map itself and the outer edge.
You know, working on a zombies map is a very interesting experience. I've been working on zombies maps since Call of Duty World at War. A lot of the way we do the sound design for these maps is still kind of rooted in how we did it back then. It's very seat of your pants, wild and crazy. Let's try and make this stuff sound really cool, scary, creepy. Nothing's off the table when it comes to zombie sound design because of the world that they inhabit.
So Outpost 25 is an Omega outpost, and they're doing a lot of science experiments. There's a lot of different little things and mechanics that you can interact with. It'll be up to players to kind of discover how they work and how to make use of them.
Objectives?
I'm most excited for players to experience in these assault rounds. It's a very different
assault rounds. That sounds interesting.
More of like the holdout style of gameplay, but it's not so static. You still have to move around.
Artillery strike and napalm strike start to become key at the higher rounds, especially in
That's
the
really
assault
interesting
rounds, because it's just excellent crowd control on top of just being super epic. Standing at an elevated position, kind of looking down at the defense lines while these artillery strikes are just
oh, so that's not a playable area.
Awesome.
Okay, cool. That makes sense. Oh, the mangler!
Brainstorm ideas for new enemies. You know, there's lots of different ideas that came about.
Oh, the demigods.
Kind of gravitated towards.
I think
was this idea of the ambush style enemy.
Now the mimic is tricky. This guy hides out as items, and as you approach them, transforms into this.
He's called the mimic.
Beast that grabs you, suck you in, bite you.
Oh.
Basically, if you see something sitting around
So
and
like
wonder
a
why
panzer.
nobody picked it up, why is that awesome item still sitting there? It's probably a mimic.
That's cool.
The RAI-K84, or as we like to call it, the Ray-K.
The Ray-K
is based on an old Russian prototype under weapon that never saw the light of day. It's built using parts from an AK-74, married with experimental technology.
Maxis' contact will help us infiltrate. Ravenov, are you there? Finally. There is little time.
Ah, Ravenov's in the map.
When we started this Dark Ether story, it was kind of daunting in some ways because, you know, a lot of us have been working on zombies since the beginning, and that's where the excitement, particularly with this fresh start and the Dark Ether story, has been kind of reinvigorating for the team. I don't think I've ever felt as excited about post-launch seasons of content as I do this year. I think people are probably, when they get to the end of this, they're going to look back at what we've done and go, I did not see that coming.
If any harm comes to her, I will kill you myself.
Oh, I can confirm I do have the chills. Craig, you beautiful man, I did not see this coming. You brought back the manglers. The map looks fantastic. They said it's similar to Moon. If you're comparing your map to Moon, you've probably made a pretty good map. Of all the maps to be compared to, Moon is not a bad one. So we finally know that these creatures are called mimics, and that's a little bit upsetting because I did make a video the other day explaining why demigods would be the perfect name for them. You can find a link to that video in the top right hand side of the screen. But mimics can hide themselves as items. That is so clever, and I can't wait to play with that mechanic. Assault rounds sound really interesting, and I hope that they can provide a nice little bit of spice to some of those high round games. But the biggest point of this video to me was my main man Craig Houston saying that this is the map where we're going to explore Samantha Maxis in depth. Oh my goodness, I want to learn more about Samantha. What has she been up to whilst we were away? What will going back into the dark ether do to her? I actually have a video coming out very soon about that exact point. So if you are interested in watching that, why not click that subscribe button so you don't miss out? Firebase Z is out in around about 36 hours. I, for one, cannot wait. So with that all said, thank you very much for watching. If you liked the video, drop a like on the video. If you disliked the video, drop a dislike on the video. Thank you very much for watching once again, and I will see you in the next video.